Raheem here. Welcome. Assalamu alaikum. Let's slay some demons. Brothers and sisters and brothers, time is moving. Time is always moving forward. Time never moves backwards. Though the polytheists be averse, the scriptees be averse, the demons be averse. We want to talk about a few things today. Let's move around, talk about some basic things. Try to bring some things together, things in focus. Because things are gradually coming into very, very, very fine focus. All these talking heads out there, talking, yak. Their time is moving on, moving past them. And they're falling like flies. Because they're making all these statements, predictions, all these things, and it's blowing up in their face. 2020 killed a lot of them. They're slain, only the buzzards and the vultures are standing over them, picking away at the pieces, like Farrakhan, for instance. He's roadkill. He's roadkill. He missed 2020. He shouldn't have missed that. He's the anointed, claims he talks to Allah. Allah directs him. He missed something as easy as that. After sitting under Elijah Muhammad, 1619 to 2019, 2020 is the plague that will kill the firstborn, the elderly. That's the firstborn, isn't it? He didn't see any of that coming. Even into February, the so-called Savior's Day. He called it Savior's Day, he called it Savior's Day. Because everybody. He has head way up Kobe's ass. He didn't say anything. So he gave us one of the generalizations, cover everything. So, he said, wow, our nation unraveling itself. Well, why didn't you speak on it? Why didn't you explain what that meant? And then he gets all the way to July, he's buzzed out with a mask on. And he still won't he still will not tell you about the Abrahamic covenant. See, why? Because he's working for them. You're going to see it pretty soon. He's roadkill. They're tired of him too, because he should have sealed this deal a long time ago. He should have did. That's what he keeps saying. Oh well, they can't get me. They can't get me. They did get your ass, didn't they? Didn't they get you that endowment? Disembowelment? They got you there, didn't they? What do you mean they can't get you? They can't get you. How did they get you there? I guarantee you, every man on this planet, if their choice between going to jail for 5 years, even 10 years, or being disemboweled, that would be a no-brainer. So you escape jail, but you got disemboweled. That would be a no-brainer. There's not one man that's planning to say, no, man, you go ahead and disembowel me, I ain't going to jail. There's not one man, not one sane, real man on the planet would even, that wouldn't even be a question. Hey, man, you got to ask me? You understand? So Allah has disemboweled his ass. See, a clear flame, a visible flame for all to see. If they wanted to get Farrakhan, it's easy to get. It's not difficult to get him. But they wanted to get him. They got Farrakhan. Didn't he go to jail? They got Elijah. Didn't he go to jail? So Farrakhan's something special. He's waiting on them. They can't get to him. Because they already got him. They've been headed from the very beginning. Look, those guys that killed Malcolm, I'm not sure if they're alive or not, but they had them locked down so tight, They had to get congressional approval to take a breath, to go to the bathroom. Each event. And when I understand they was in solitary confinement, no one talked to them, and ain't talked to anybody, not even the guards, for years. Now, if that's indeed the case, if that was you, and they came and told you, I don't care how fierce you claim you for Farrakhan, they came and said, look, all you got to do is implicate Farrakhan in that plot. All you got to do is say he was part of it. That's all you got to say, and you come up out of all this. What would you do? What would you do? If all you had to do is say that, and you come up out of that, but you was going to be in those conditions for the rest of your life, what would you do? Because once he's implicated, that's his ass. Because once they charge his ass, he ain't come up out of that. The government, he'd be locked away so fast he wouldn't get no bail. His ass be locked away so fast. See? What they gonna put NGT and FOI on the as the jury? It would be amazingly easy to get him. He knows it. They already told him. Either go along with a program or you. I mean, they already told you. They told you about a month ago what the FBI program was like. They said, we can't have this happen. Elijah Muhammad's Nation of Islam is Elijah Muhammad's fiefdom. And if there's going to be a power struggle. So we got to make sure, you understand, that then, it's kaput. Nation of Islam is done. And they outlined it, they outlined the points. Make it just a religious organization. Basically getting back to, so-called, because they said they didn't care if you're Orthodox Muslim, they didn't care, because they know they got them. See? Stop this nationalist stuff. Stop demonizing white people. That was their problem, and that's exactly what they're doing. They ain't devils no more. White folks not devils no more. You can't call them devils no more. Elijah Muhammad never told me such a lie. I was there. Never told me such a lie. He said, he says, go and do the research. I'm not keep doing research for you, because it's out there. If you're interested, you go do research. He says in Theology Time, he said very clear, I have not given any minister of mine any special knowledge, any special instructions. So he ain't going to tell you. He said, after years, remember, he kept calling them devils for a long time. And then one day he got an epiphany. After years, remember Farrakhan now, after he so-called comeback, he's still using the term devil, right? Khaled used the name devil. But then suddenly, he had this epiphany. Oh, Elijah Muhammad, I remember he told me, don't stop using that term. See? We ain't trying to convince you. You demons that's listening here, we ain't trying to convince you. So you might as well, you look for heart attacks, so just go. Because you ain't gonna get nothing here, you're gonna get slain here. Because see, we have the truth. We ain't for bullshit here. See, you can't tell us the scriptures don't mean anything, it's corrupt, and then still use the scriptures to try to convince other people, but still you tell me it's corrupt when it comes to him. See, that's not gonna play here. See, the satanic Jews, he qualified it. So all of them okay, it's just these special ones. Is that what Jesus said? Where do you get that from? Oh, and the Quran says, some, see, you run back to the Quran then. See, you have no idea what that's talking about. See? You have no idea what that's talking about, none whatsoever. So you run back, forth, here and there, and whatever, trying to find stuff. But what about Exodus? He's done. They got lying Ava. She gets up there and just lie her ass off today. That's all they do is lie. We got Abdul, we got all we do is play back their tapes. Open liars, open liars. Open liars. And it's easy to prove they're lying. They say stuff don't make no sense. You get them on Breakfast Club and they say stuff, Yeah, the Lost Found got better since they got Lost Found. Asked Wesley and Nuri, do you really believe the God's man stuff? No, they started scratching their heads, scratching their ass, and you know, he said, they're clowns, and they're gone. You may not realize they are gone. Their day is over. Humpty Dumpty ain't gonna put this, all the king's horse, all the king men not gonna put this Humpty Dumpty back together again. They're gone. They're irrelevant. See, they're so desperate. Now they're trying to bring illegals from Mexico, trying to put FY uniforms on them. They're sick people. And their own handle is about to turn on them. They're putting pressure on them. See, because he's supposed to seal this deal a long time ago. He's the one that's supposed to convince us, right, to sell our heritage, to get our enemies off the hook. We're going to talk a little bit about enemies. We're going to take a little time here today. So we're going to take a little time. All of you out there, unless you've been paying attention, do have no idea who your enemies are. And if you don't have an idea who your enemies are, you are your enemy. If you don't know who your enemies are, then you are your enemy. Because you have no idea what you're doing is good for you or bad for you. Because you may be friends with your enemy. Won't realize you got a knife in your back. So who did that? You did. Because you're sitting around not paying attention. Here we are in this hellhole, the lion's den. Because this is hell. Make no mistake, brothers and sisters. It's hell. And we sitting around and they pissing all over us, and these kind of talk, hey man, hey, thanks for the rain. Thanks for the rain. You're in hell. Water is not water. Water is piss. And food is manure. That's what happens to you in hell. And so if you start enjoying that stuff, right? Now I guess you're just a son or daughter of hell. Because ain't no water in heaven. Ain't no water in hell, rather. Ain't no food in hell. So whatever you eat, that's what tell you in the Quran, right? They'll be drinking urine, eating feces. And that's what they're feeding us here. Chitlins, beer. That should tell you something right there. So you have these clowns walking around. Oh man, I'm down with Kobe. I'm down with Shaq. No, you're just down and stupid. Because if you ain't trying to get out of hell, it means you're getting deeper into it. Only a few fool would sit back and be comfortable in hell. I mean, if you can find comfort in hell, I mean, maybe something to that. But it's not going to be lasting, I can tell you that much. Elijah Muhammad said, work your way out of hell. These clowns are in love, they're in love with hell, they're digging deeper in hell, and they're trying to hold you, drag you down into it with them. And anyone tries to get you out of hell, they don't want to hear it. Get out of the way. I don't hear that shit. Fine. Because we're moving on. See, time moves on. Time moves on. There's no time machine. That's not impossible. Because time is, well, I'm not going to the matter. Well, time is a scalar. It's a measurement. It's not an actual thing. It's a measurement. How the universe moves. So you say, if you see a horse running, right? You say, okay, and you measure, put how fast it went. That's a measurement. The time is a measurement. It's not a real thing. It's a measurement from A to Z. So they try to make you think time is like some thing, like air or something that you can grab hold and manipulate. Bullshit. It's just a measurement. Just a measurement. It's like how many gallons, how many much water you put in a gallon, right? That's a measurement. It's not a real thing. It's just a measurement. But they got people so confused. They got black folks so confused. But it's going to change. That's going to come to screeching halt in a few more days. Because the whole world's about to turn upside down, inside out. It's a day like never before. It says the day of the Lord. I talked about that recently. The day of the Lord. That day of the Lord starts when this war starts. That's when he shows us, that's when Fraud shows his hand. And that's the debut of Suleiman over here in the West. A great shaking. See? Then you see Suleiman coming with the clouds. You understand the angel, understand all of that. I'm going to do, perhaps at the end, I'm going to go a little bit into the angel on the ark. Show you some things about that. See, for those of you studying it, I keep upgrading you. Because pretty soon, our people will be coming in droves. They're coming in droves, and you got to be ready for that. I can't do it by myself. You got to be ready for that. They can look for guidance, information, light, safety, security. And look for all of that. See? Because they're not coming in. They're not coming in for a banquet. They come in because fire's going to be on their ass. That's what's going to drive them in. The fire is going to drive them in. This war is going to drive them in. It's going to fire in their ass. See, that's what's going to drive them in. Because Master's about to pull his mask off. See, everybody's wearing a mask now. He's about to pull his mask off. He didn't have to pull off me because, you could see through that mask. But some of us, well, that's what's going to drive you in. See, because pressure is also fire. Pressure is increasing. I'm trying to stay a little away from the technical aspects of it. But fire, that's pressure. Things move around fast. Molecules move around fast. And everything's heating up. So the boiling points will be really hot. That's what's going to drive you in. It's going to drive you in. You're coming. See? And you ain't going to want no bullshit. You ain't going to hear none of that crap Farrakhan's talking about, Assad's talking about. You ain't going to hear none of that. See? Like it was a famine. You know what somebody tell you, we pray for food. You don't go to food's at. See? And that's the only thing Farrakhan and Assad can offer you. Prayer. Pray, pray, pray. See? But you're coming in. Because it gets hotter, hotter, hotter. Tell me, has anything gotten better since the beginning of the year? Anything? In any respect? Nothing. It's getting hotter and hotter by the moment, by the second. And the only one that's giving you the truth out here and telling you what's going on as it happens and before it happens is myself. And I've been doing it for years. Now we're finally at this day. At the day of the Lord. So who will stand? Pressure reveals all flaws. See? The devils thought they made their little tar babies. What's a tar baby? See? Take a devil and dip them in tar. That's a tar baby. See? That's these demons. People look like us, walk like us, talk like us. They're tar babies. See, used to be walking around with minstrels. That's Farrakhan. My Farrakhan's a minstrel. He's a minstrel for them. He's an entertainer, and you love him for it. He had to produce a damn thing. He just talk, yak, 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 yak. He's talking. He had to produce a damn thing. But he's enriched himself. How did he get enriched? How does he get to be such a millionaire? The only way he could get it is the money you sent it to him. That's the only way. But you didn't send it to him personally, did you? You sent his economic program, didn't you? You understand? The Build Nation of Islam, didn't you? The only thing he's enriched is him. Where's the economics? Where are they? Where are they? Tell me where they are. Show me. Where are they? Anybody's doing great is him. And so where's that money coming in? It ain't going to economic program, it's going in his pocket. And you still go along. Because most people ain't going along. And so you think people going along him. No. It says he's going to be taken down within. He got a lot of people inside there what's going to take him down. Read the demon-possessed man. Read it. In Mark. Read the one in Mark. It's more, it's more detailed. He's going to be taken down from within. They're tired of him. It's just the demons surround him, the agents and the demons and devils. They're all around him. See? Some around here to make sure he stays online. He stays on point with their program. Some around just spying them. Some around just to, keep their propaganda going, keep the program going. Like Martin Luther King, when they died, they found all the people around him was all agents. Now, they hated us so much they wanted to get rid of us, but they can't get to him. They already got to him. He already told you they disemboweled his ass. So how come they can't get to him? You got enemies up and down the line. I'm going to outline a couple of them, maybe all of them in brief. This Ishmael thing. Well, before I do, let me bring this. I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. Let me bring it up anyway. Bear with me for a moment. Okay, bro, since I keep talking about this picture, this is the picture to present it to the world. This is the way the world sees a picture. See, you have to have a vision. The world has a vision, they have a picture in their mind. Like it says, the people without a vision perish. You have to have a vision. To get up in the morning, you have to have a vision. You have to have something you want to do, something you want to accomplish. You have to have a vision, some kind of vision in your mind. Right? No matter what it is, you have to have some kind of vision. Right? Or you just die. I mean, you have a reason to be doing things. You're not just going to do it. I mean, you have to have a vision. And so a vision has been given to this world. And that's why this world is doing the things it's doing now. Because you have a vision that's been planted in the world mind. And this is the vision right here. See? If you talk to everybody, right, especially in America, if you talk to just about everybody across the planet, unless you talk to maybe Buddhists or Hindus or whatever, right? This is the vision people have in their mind. Now let me explain this vision. You got Ishmael here on the right. He's got everything. Because see, everything is revolving around the Middle East. Don't you understand that, brothers and sisters? Everything is revolving around the Middle East. Everything. That's what they're fighting now. That's what all the major powers are right there, fight in the Middle East. Even Russia's there, China's there, everybody's there. It's the focal point. And who got it? Who got control of it? Right? Ishmael. See? Ishmael's got control of it. The Arabs. See, I got all. I got the language. I got the Quran. I got the Prophet. I got the holy sites. I got the Kaaba. I got the pill. I got all. See, this is me in possession, 9/10 of the law. He said, I got all. He ain't missing anything. I got all. So you got the Jews over there. They said, no, this belongs to me because they're saying they're Isaac. See, they're saying they're Isaac. That's the guy here on the left. He said, no, this belongs to me because the Bible says that the inheritance really goes to Isaac because he's the son of Sarah, who God, right, blessed, because Sarah was actually Abraham's wife. And Ishmael is Abraham's son. He's the oldest one, but by his maid, Egyptian maid, which we know now, if you understand scriptures, that's Caucasian people. That's how they got white. You know, all of them are white. See? So he said, no, that really belongs to me. So he's over there trying to take it all back. Because he said, well, that's why you see him is so far, he's still pushing. Because they said all belong to them. They got a small problem. They said all belongs to us. And that's their intention. The only thing holding them back is Iran. If Iran wasn't there, right, that's the only thing stopping them taking out the Sunnis because they're more powerful. And if Iran is gone, believe me, Saudi Arabia will be right behind it. Kuwait and everybody else, they roll them all up. Unless Turkey somehow, and then Turkey couldn't stop them. So that's the picture. So you got Ishmael, you got Isaac. That's their picture. And then you got this little guy in the middle here. See? So he's saying, he's Peter, see? And he says, Jesus, he took and built the whole church off Peter. He gave it all to Peter. See? He gave it all to Peter. That's what he said. They gave it all to Peter. That's what the Pope comes from Peter. Pope sits in Peter's feet. They gave it all to Peter because these guys were bad news, right? So Jesus took abrogated the agreement, right? Because these two claim they're both Abraham's son, Abraham's seeds. But he says, no, Jesus took and abrogated all that and made them the spiritual sons of Abraham. So now the inheritance is theirs. So it all supposed to be theirs. All belongs to them. That's the story. All based on scriptures, so-called scriptures. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. All of them make claims based on the Bible. See? Ishmael solidifies his claim because, well, I got the Quran too. But remember, they got three different scriptures here. You got the Quran. That's the last one. Right? You got the Gospels. That's the one 500 years before that. Then you got the Torah. But they're all making claims on that land. They're fighting over it. Anybody can't deny that they're fighting over it. See, I got this little mind. See the background back there, Obama back there. See, y'all don't know about the African part. See, I'm gonna talk a little. I'm gonna touch on that one. See, y'all know who Lucifer is. See, Lucifer, Michael, and Lucifer are both archangels. They're almost on the same level. But Archangel was more powerful. He was, right? He was closer. He was above Lucifer. See, he was senior to Lucifer. But Lucifer said, no, I want it all. It belongs to me. So I'm gonna set my throne up. See, there's a conflict between the two. And so he says it all belongs to him. The whole world. He's not just saying the Middle East. He's saying the whole world belongs to him. See? That's one you know about. That's the one he's all over the scripture. You don't know. You don't see him. He's so hidden. Most people, you have to dig him out. See, he's in the background. He's the one called Belshazzar in Daniel. Well, he's all over. Y'all missed him. It tells you, Luke chapter 17 talks about him a little bit. See, it says he was the eighth of the seven. It says everybody was wondering after him. See, he's the one riding on the seven seals. He's the first seal, the one riding on the white horse before conquering the conquer. He's an African, if you understand the angel. So, and if you've watched all the seals, right? At the end, the fourth one said the first three had authority. The first ones. That means this was an African had authority over 1/4 of the earth. 1/4 of the earth represents America. So, what African ever ruled America? Ever ruled any European country? That should be a hint right there. So I'm not going to him because he's the bear in Daniel. He is something. You don't have any idea what's going on in the background behind him, but you're going to see him in a few days. But this is the story right here. See? And then look over here in the right-hand corner here. See, because where do we fit in this picture? We talk about everybody else, right? Where do we fit in this picture? See? Well, there was this other seed, this other people, right, who were doomed to be slaves forever. And they was cursed, right? They was given a mark, right? So everybody recognized them, see? And they're doomed to be slaves forever. They're doomed to be slaves forever. See? That was their curse. So was the mark. It was marked black. See, because Adam was supposed to be white. So how did we get black? See, because we was marked black. Because we savages. See, we don't deserve nothing. If they treat us nice, that's just out of the goodness of their heart, because we was made to be slaves, servants. See, and that's how the picture works. See. And what they do is to reinforce that picture, they create a whole hybrid of demons. Demons are hybrids. That means they're devil's children with black face. You see? To reinforce that. Because they had them all over the media, everything looking just like the fools that we're supposed to be. See, of course they try with blackface. That ain't gonna work, especially when they come on with start with television and movies and stuff like that. But this been playing. This been playing for over 20 years. So they produce a hybrid of these demons, and they're all over the world, proving that this picture is correct. See, they're proving that this picture is correct because we ain't number fools. We're number ignorant dummies. We're immoral, right? We're sick. We're criminals. We're stupid. We're clowns. We're pimps and whores. See? Now, why would a nation portray themselves that way? Why would you go outside and portray yourself as a fool? Would you do that purposely? So why are they doing it? Because that's what they're supposed to do. Because masters told you that. Just like when they was house niggas when they had child slavery. See? They look like us, but they support massa. And these clowns, I couldn't remember his name the other day, JJ, Good Times. Well, that's BS. You see. And so they reinforcing that picture. And you don't even know that picture exists, but that's the picture in their mind. And remember I told you, mind makes everything happen. So this is the mindset of the world right now. This is the mindset they present all around the world right now. That's why black folks, they don't want you nowhere unless you come in to be used. You're not respected anywhere. See, that's the picture. That's the vision the world has right now. That's why things are going like they're going. If you get shot down the street, that's just an ignorant slave. You know, he got off the plantation. Maybe somebody might share some of that. Not going any further than that. That's the picture. See? And everybody's, so in that picture, right, eventually we just fade out of existence. See? Because we messing up the picture. And that's why Elijah Muhammad was such a threat, because he took and changed that picture. Because we wasn't looking like that anymore, we wouldn't act like that anymore. You see? Because he raised up the Levites, they're not demons. And that threatened this whole vision. That threatened this whole vision. That threatened this whole vision. See? And if you change the vision of people, you change the reality. And they don't want that vision changed, because the change of reality is destructive for them. Because we are Isaac. You see? Now, look at the Sunnis, for instance. Their claim is that Ishmael is made to sacrifice, he's the inheritor. That's their claim. And they know that the false Israel is not Jacob. They know that. They know that. See? But they're not going to, they know who will, because they sold us into slavery. Remember the story of Joseph? That's us. We're sold into Egypt. That's America's Egypt. European countries, Egypt. They did it. Our own brothers. They did it. And took the land, took everything. And they took everything away, they made sure everything was taken away from us. They did it. They said it sold us in the hand, if we read Daniel, it sold us in the hand of the Jews and the Christians. See, they cut the tree down, that's what it's talking about, cut that tree down. They covered the whole earth. We had everything, cut it down. Who cut it down? They did. They cut it down and put a band of iron and brass around it. That's the Jews and the Christians. And we're supposed to be done for. We're enslaved by the band of iron and band of brass. It was supposed to be done for. Cutting down the tree wasn't supposed to grow anymore. Wasn't supposed to take root anymore. So they do it in Egypt. We wasn't supposed to come back. It was supposed to end of us. Because they said, no, inheritance is mine, ours. See? So when they call, so now they come over here, the tree seems to be budding a little bit, so now they come over here trying to finish the job. See? Because when they call you the Sunnis, they didn't care about you being Sunni before. They didn't want you, they didn't come over, they said anything before Farad came. Because if you become a Sunni, that means you accepting that they are true, the seed of Abraham, that they are true, seed of Abraham, but that they are the true inheritors. Or you forsaken your inheritance because you're saying because you still won't be Jacob if you accept Sunnism. You just a nigger that accept Islam. That's all you are to them. There's a nigger that accept Islam. That's all, period. Except Sunnism. That's it, period. That's all you are. And they welcome you to do that. They welcome you to do that. They welcome you. Because then you acknowledge, right, that they're the inheritors. And you go over there, doing your pilgrimage and everything else, and, do your Sunnis, your prayer, and you acknowledge that they're the ones. So you forsake your inheritance. That's the whole idea. That's what they're trying to do. So they come out and finish the job up. They don't have no care for you. They give you any respect. They open up these stores in your neighborhoods and mess with the women and sell you pork and sell you beer and wine and pornography, everything else. Yes, that's what they want to do. They come here to finish. They know who you are. They come to finish the job up. Don't listen to Elijah Muhammad. Listen to Prophet. You're not Isaac. Then who are you then? If we ain't Isaac, then who are we in Sunni eschatology? Ask them, who are we in Sunni? Nobody. Because you're not nobody. They point to Bilal. But even Prophet Muhammad said, you understand, said, if Islam be in the bottom of the ocean in the end, right, we would be the ones to find it. So how do you get in the bottom of the ocean? But that's where it is right now because they don't have it. So we're getting their ass kicked. That's what's happening. Okay? And you got these Negroes, oh man, I'm assuming. Really? How ignorant you are? And it's just a belief anyway, a belief matrix. Because every religion out there is just a belief matrix. They believe. They can't prove a damn thing. They talk about nothing. They can't even prove where the Quran comes from. Like if the prophet was having fits and they assumed that it could, how do they know it didn't come from a demon? They don't know where it came from. See? They don't know where it came from. And they believe in something, they believe in a God they can't see, touch, they don't know where he is, when he is, how he is. Angels they can't see. They can't prove a damn thing what they believe in, nothing. So it's just a belief. So they're telling you to put your whole life based on a belief that they cannot prove. They can't produce anything. Not religion. One religion on this planet producing anything, nothing. Yet still they say they're close to God. But they can't produce anything with it. That's you right there. Right? It's infinite. They can't produce anything with it, nothing. Only religion that can be, anything can be done with is mathematics. Elijah Muhammad said mathematics, Islam is mathematics. With Islam, with mathematics, right? You can say be and it is. You have the power to say be and it is. That's why Adam is kicking the ass with mathematics. He's not kicking the ass with prayers. He's not kicking the ass with religion. He's kicking the ass with mathematics. Because when you learn the mathematics, right, you speak the language of God, and when you say be, it is. Because it's mathematical sounds will come into existence. Then you got the false Israel over there. See? Who are they? See, they're really us. They're really the Ham. See? And they don't want to be Ham. So they took our identity and made us Ham. And they make sure the image sticks. They're the primary ones pushing the image. They want to control Hollywood and all the media, right? Aren't they the ones controlling that image? You step out of line, you don't get anywhere unless you put that image. If you want to be a movie star, you better promote that image. Well, they're the ones doing it. Because that's them. Al Jolson, right? Wasn't he Jewish? Blackface. He's one of the greatest ones of all of them. See, that's them. They're Ham. But they have us looking like Ham, and they took our identity, and now they make a claim that they're the true seed of Abraham, and the heritage is theirs. They know who we are. Just like when this COVID came in, they knew exactly what that was all about. Their whole religion is based on the Exodus. That's the base of religion, it's based on Exodus. So they know it backwards and forwards. They taught in the womb. And they know the 1619 to 2019 prophecy, they know it. And so when 2020 came in, and they also saw so many people die, coming in the hospital with this virus that was killing the elderly, firstborn, they knew exactly what that meant. Exactly. But they control the media, right? Professional, right? The professional court, and the Hollywood, the whole thing. So they went to work. See? Flip roles. Otherwise, they're going to be Ham. They don't want to be Ham. So they made us Ham. Who is responsible for the images? If it's not them. Not the Christians responsible for the images, it's them. They're responsible for the images. black face, niggas running here, women got the ass like jelly showing that's all they can do. Thieves, robbers, and killers, and murderers, and fornicators, and everything else you can think of. Those images that they are put on our people. See, not images, not our people, of our people, because they got these demons that look like us, and those ones that they have paying, you understand, to present those images. So it looks like us. So everybody said, oh man, see that? Well, no, I mean, slavery wasn't so bad because they was actually helping us. I mean, we was born to be slaves, right? See, we're doing God's will. That's God's will for us to be slaves. So if they're slaves, they wouldn't do anything wrong. They was fulfilling God's will. You don't blame the warden and the guards, right? They ain't doing anything wrong. They're keeping the prisoners down. That's their job. They're supposed to keep them down. You see? You understand? They're doing God's will. So they're not guilty. We're guilty for being over here because we're not obeying them. Because we're supposed to obey our masters. So if we act up, then we deserve to be punished. So tell me who else is responsible for those images? They are. And these demons, well, we can't blame the demons because, I mean, that's what they do. They ain't us. We don't want them. See? But they're hurting us because they're giving an image. They use them to give an image of us, of nobody, because once everybody's convinced you're nobody, it's easy to get away with nobody. Easy to do away with them. There wasn't anybody anyway. Get rid of it. Who cares? You see? They're nobody. Did anybody weep for us? 40 years we was enslaved? Anybody weep for us at all? So they claim they're ours. So they have a contention with Ishmael because Ishmael said, okay, they got us out the way. But now here this usurper come along trying to use that, you understand, to take what we have. See? And then you got the Christians, the Europeans. Now what's their deal? Well, these two other guys, they're bad guys. Jesus put them down. He says, I'm going to change the covenant. I'm going to make you, right, the spiritual seed of Abraham. So not only were you going to just have that, you're going to have the whole world, everything. You're going to have it all. See? But you got the Middle East belongs to you, though. That belongs to you. And the whole world does. And that's where they're coming from. Because now they're over there right now, fighting over that land. All three of them. All three of them over there fighting over that land. You understand, brothers and sisters? And over here, they got us down, preparing us for destruction. See? Talking about the sacrifice. See? Abraham sacrificed his son before the ram was destroyed. Ram represents America and Britain. I mean, the ram represents false Israel. The horns represents America and Britain. See? So when Abraham was got ready about to destroy his son, just at the last split second, Farad grabbed his hand and stopped him. And they sacrificed. That means this would happen. Their finals, at the end of the time that it was supposed to be, the death supposed to come. That means at the point of death, that's when the enemy, God and Magog, will be destroyed instead. That's where we are right now. See? The ram, it falls Israel, that's time. They would be the ram, which falls Israel, and its two horns, God and Magog, they would be sacrificed instead of us. And be at the hand of someone, keep his picture in mind, Read the story. Abraham led his son up to a mountain to sacrifice him. He was about to kill him, just at the point of death. Frost caught his hand, sacrificed the ram instead with 2 horns, stuck in the bushes. Why use Abraham in that picture? Because somebody that Isaac trusted more than anything. Because somebody trusted is going to try to kill us. And they're not hesitating. And be a religious figure, because Abraham was a religious figure. Set him for the kill. That's Farrakhan. He's not Abraham. It's just symbolism. Abraham's not going to kill us. It's not father. The whole idea was, he didn't even want any escape box. He said when he was told about it, like man was like, just horror came over him. God says symbolism there. Farrakhan's leading you to destruction. And he was just about to do it because you was about to let him let it happen until Farah saved your ass. See? That's what happened. There's also the same story about Ancient of Days in Daniel. When Ancient of Days set, thrones were cast down first, as demons cast out of Farrakhan's NOI, and then he set. That's what's going on, brothers and sisters. They have you set up, and Farrakhan was posed as selling. I'm not going into details about it, reparation, all that kind of stuff. They're trying to get you to sell out your heritage, and you're right here. You're at the door of it. Now, you done it for 400 years. You're in a time of you're in actual judgment, the time where they're judging your enemies and get ready to take you home, and you're going to sit down there. After all of that, go for a scalper? Sell you a bum ticket? And you're going to buy it? And forsake your heritage? What you work for? Because Farrakhan's telling you. This is the way he's telling you. He says you're not going to get paid. Forget about what the Bible says. You ain't going nowhere. That's the whole thing. Exodus, the whole thing's about going home. So what, God lied? He's trying to use Elijah Muhammad's words. Oh, Elijah Muhammad said we should get territory. Oh, no, he said if, and only if, they will not allow us to leave and we have no other choice, then give us a territory here of our own. That was only because he made it very clear that we'd be fools that want to stay here and live out in prison. He wants to get the hell out of here. He said, if we cannot leave here, see, leaving here is our first choice. Farrakhan, there's no choice. We ain't going nowhere. That's what he says. He wants to sell us in 6 states or 3 states or whatever. So he says, because going is our reward to the best part of planet Earth. He's saying no. So anybody is paying attention that believes in the scripture, believes in the law, believes in God, no, he's a liar. He's working for them. Because why would he say, try to make God a liar? When the whole idea of God coming here is to tell us to enforce he's going to enforce that contract. And the whole idea of Elijah is the messenger to remind us of it. To restore, right? To put everything, restore all things, gives back our history and everything. And then the job of Joshua is he's the messenger of the covenant. That's all he's going to come. He's going to fulfill the covenant. He's just coming to fulfill the covenant, period. That's all he's going to talk about. To get you, see? He's the event. But you got an interim period right between where you got all deception, son of addition, right? Trying to deceive you and make you walk away from it and everything else. See? They don't want to talk about that part. See? That's Farrakhan. So we don't have to argue with him because he's true. Let's take a brief break here, brothers and sisters. Brief break, minute or so. You talk about my voice. Okay, brothers and sisters. Notice my voice was doing better, but look like it's trying to fade again. So I'm working on it. But we got this Aaron character. They dismissed that. See, you walk through Exodus. That's what I said. If you read Exodus, you can't go wrong. But they got Exodus, and he says, "Oh, he's on Aaron." But he when he jump over Aaron, he's Jesus. So who is Aaron? And then you got the son of perdition, 42 years. He'd be sitting in the temple, not the mount. He tried to say that, oh, that's the Jews. Well, it said he's sitting in the temple, Elijah's temple. See? It said he's going to overcome the saints. The Jews haven't overcome us, at least. So to make war with them and overcome them. So if they've overcome them, if they're the son of perdition, they overcome. That means that he's overcome too. Of course, to overcome, he's one of the saints, right? That means if you look at that way, he's still overcome. Because he said, hey, he's above all of it. But he's the son of perdition, sitting in Elijah's temple. See? So you're trying to say, oh, no, that's the Jew. Well, if it is, then that means then he's still overcome, right? Because it said they will overcome them. Anyway. So those are enemies. See? But not just them. I mean, we can go into China and India. See? They know they took our jobs. They know that. They knew what it was doing. And Democrats gave it to them. That's the whole story, to keep us down. We can talk about this for the days, brothers and sisters. This is just a somewhat informal talk, just talking about things. Because you will understand a couple more days. Like I said, fire is going to drive you in. You're coming under fire. You're coming in under fire. You're not going to fire God. You're coming under fire because you're going to real light. So you know, Farrakhan doesn't even have a flickering light, so that wouldn't help you. You're going to real light, and you come to this light. The only light is going to let you know what's happening. And demons are coming to it too, but we don't want them because that's going to force you all together. Because when they come in, they're not going to make any distinctions. They say, let's get everything black. They ain't going to try to figure out who's our son, who ain't, who our children ain't, who tar babies, who the demons ain't. If you black, you gone. They're coming after you with tanks, National Guard, because what they did with the Japanese again, they got a war with Japan. These were American citizens that have been in generations. They put them all in concentration camps. Do the same thing to you when this war breaks out. They was planning to do it before the war breaks out. That's what the whole thing says. They was wanted to do it before the war broke out. See, but they have already set to go. See, they have a date and everything. Only thing is, Farah's going to move before they get a chance to do it. So those days will be shortened for the elect's sake. Think what that means. He's going to shorten those days for the elect's sake. Says if it wasn't, no soul be left alive. Because it's going to kill us all. Don't you understand what they say? It's going to kill us all. Why would they say that? Who's going to do the killing? It says no soul be left alive. Why wouldn't that soul be left alive? Who's going to kill them? It'll kill us all. And the only reason we're short for the elect's sake. Fry's going to shorten those days. He's going to do it before they happen. Read the sixth seal. It happened before they had a chance. The figs weren't ripe figs because they weren't ripe yet. They wasn't ready to just do it. See? So he intervened before they had a chance to do it. And that's why I got hit with those four winds. Bam. See? Because they coming in hot. They coming in hot, brothers and sisters, with tanks, helicopters. See? These dumb niggas, man, talking that stuff. Okay, most of them, someone caught up in it. It's like it come as a snare, as those who dwell in the earth. If you understand English, you know what that means, because we're the ones who dwell on the earth. The earth from European countries. We're dwelling here. So it's come as a snare. They guys all planned for you. And Faraz will intervene. See? For the elect's sake. And so all you come together, because they coming after all. They ain't going to make any distinction. Oprah, all of them. All of them. If you black, they're going to put your ass up. They're going to put you away. They're coming to get you. See? They come and slaughter you. The only thing that's going to stop them is the four winds. And when's that going to be? Because Suleiman is going to call on the four winds. Remember, he's the one controlling the four winds. Read about the one, it says, angel was rising up from the east, right, with a seal, he commanded them, do not blow until I have done this sealing. He's the one controlling it. Suleiman's the one controlling it. So he tells to time, hit him, because he's here, because he comes back to the inner eye, because he could have left. Because the seed of Abraham, they were poised to leave. He could have left. See? But he come back to save their ass. He could have left. See? He could have took 104,000 with him and left, fried, born. He comes back, saved their ass. See? And then they're all brought together, and then he throws the demons out. See, they're still plagued by demons. All blacks come together, then he weeds separate all the demons out, Farrakhan, all those people, they separate out. Throw them back there, swine daddies. And then we out of here. Except for the Levites again, Elijah's mama said, why? They have to go through tribulation. I'm not going into all the details about that. But they come in hot and fast. That's why the four winds have to go so fast. Suddenly, bam, they slow them down. Because you ain't going to be expecting it. You're going to wake up one morning, here they come. You might wake up one morning, they're already outside your house. Go to come as a snare because you ain't paying attention. Because your ass up, NBA's ass, up your head's up, NBA's ass and all that kind of stuff, Kobe's ass and all these people. And we warn you, that's what's happening. It makes it very clear what's happening with you. And you guys people distract me, telling you all this stuff. Get in your mind word place else until they figure out how to get you. And right now, they're setting you up with all this insurrection and stuff. You think all these white people there, they'd be there because they love you? Some of them there because they know the handwriting on the wall. They're afraid. But that's most of them are there, right, to set you up. They egg you on. So more people be more tired, angry at you. Say, man, we got to get rid of these niggas, right? Because they already said they got to get rid of you in case the war breaks out. And you side with the enemy. That's their greatest fear. It says it. That's their greatest fear. So they start out by aborting you. Margaret Sanger, Planned Parenthood, 22 million black babies. And that didn't work. So you still can multiply fast, they can get rid of you that way. So they said, okay, we'll kill them all. And so that's the way they felt before. They said, this way they felt in case a war breaks out. They figured a war would break out, and they wanted to get rid of you before that happens. But now, see, a war does break out before they have a chance to do that. So that means their priorities have went up like, ooh, dramatically. Because they was afraid before the war broke out. How do you think they're going to feel once the war breaks out? They come in hot. They come in hot. And everybody's on board. The Sunnis, Judaism, they're all on board with that. Get rid of them niggas. Nobody will say anything. Anybody say anything when they was getting rid of the Jews up in Germany? And they hated them for years. They hated them for thousands of years. All of a sudden, the ass became, all of a sudden overnight, right? Their ass became honeypots, and everybody was eating the honey. Why? Because Elijah Muhammad made it clear that we the true seed of Abraham. They couldn't have that, so they had to set that false Israel up. There's no story altogether. But they come in hot. They come in hot, brothers and sisters. It's not going to be easy. And you brothers and sisters paying attention, right? The angel is your light. Angel is your light. See? The 5 pillars of Islam is your strength. See? See? That's your strength. Make you strong enough to get to the light, to stand up under the light. If you got the light, but if you ain't following the 5 principles, then you ain't exercise, you're not, applying them. You're hurting yourself, brothers and sisters. You need to apply them. I taught you about them. They're mathematics. And Suleiman is the ones holding your hand. See? Guide you to the light. That's the way it is. See? And Faraz, our ticket out of here. Wait, no, he's transportation. I'm the ticket. Lamb's Book of Life. See? He's the transportation. But they come in hot. Because at that point, when that war breaks out, everything happens quickly. You won't get a chance to breathe. So if you wasn't paying attention by then, right, you're going to be totally discombobulated. Men's heart will be failing for fear of those things coming upon the earth. So all things coming upon America and Britain. What man is going to be hearts failing? That's an anticipation. Because now they see everything is clear because I'm making it clear, but now everybody's paying attention. Then they're going to recognize the truth. Because when that war breaks out in the Middle East, and when false Israel going down, you have to be a seed there. Everybody's going to know that. That picture was false. Because you got to understand how this thing works. The whole idea behind the Abrahamic covenant, right? Behind the seed of Abraham, says once we return, we'll never be uprooted again. That's the proof that we're true seed of Abraham. We'll never be uprooted again. But we get hold. See, they only got part of it. We get the whole thing. Because the war breaks out. Farad went to prepare a place for us. That means The war, that's what the war is about. To take possession of that land. And his sheep are his angels. See? So they will have total control of all that land that's called Arabia. All the holy sites and everything. See? Under Farad's leadership. They're taking it for us. So we return and we have it all. But see, the Jews saying that that's theirs, and they're in the process of returning. Everybody's gathered together and they eventually get the whole land. You see? But if they're taken down, which they will be, that proof that they was lying. They're not the true seed of Abraham. Because that's not supposed to happen according to prophecy. That's not supposed. That's why America's investing hundreds, maybe $1 trillion to make sure those people are never defeated. Tom bombs and everything. Because that cannot happen. Because remember, their whole claim is based on prophecy. So the prophecy is false. That means their claim is false. If that prophecy fails, that means their claim is failed. So they can't have that. So when they take it down, that's it. That means they failed. They're not the one. Book of Ezra explains that, if you take time to read it. There was 2 returns. The first was under the power of Persia. That means America, if you understand prophecy, right? It's sealed, right? And then next will be under the authority of God. Second return, our return. So when they go down, do you understand, brothers and sisters, what's going on in this country? Remember I said that picture everybody have in their mind? That picture is about to be destroyed, about to be blown up. Because false Israel ain't who they say they were. And that we are. Because we was the ham over in the corner of the fools. And everything is focused around there. So that means the whole picture's shaking. That's why the powers of heaven be shaking. That's what it said. Because the whole vision shook up over. That's shocking out. The whole vision shaking. You know, it's like you grew up all your life, right? With your family and everything else, right? And you're there and everything. Then you find out one day, right? They ain't your family. You actually kidnapped. And they killed your mother, father. The only reason they got you around here, right? Because they trying to, because you're supposed to inherit after them, and once you got your 21, you got to inherit this. This is gonna take yours to kill you too. And you find all of a sudden, bam, whoa. How you process all of that? So evangelicals over here gonna go nuts. All this propaganda, they've been telling people this for all this stuff, and all that money, somebody and everything else. They were going nuts over in this country. That's what we're talking about. It talks about the abomination of appalment. That means there's an event that's going to take place over there that's going to appall the entire world. It's going to be so vicious. Because they're going to be desperate to bring that vision back, to keep that vision intact. That means they got to do something to save false Israel when it goes down. Something to restore something. Trump will be under such pressure. He's going to be the president. He'll be under so much pressure to do something. Evangelicals, they're going to probably break the way out if they have to. He's going to have to do something because they have to restore that vision. Otherwise, we're the true seed of Abraham, and they can't handle that vision because then all of a sudden everything's come clear. 1620 to 1920, we really under the judgment of God. This is the plague that's going to kill that's killing the firstborn elderly. It's come from God. And these are true seed of Abraham. We've been oppressing God's about to punish us, and they go back home, right? And soon he's saying, they're going crazy. They're going to take our land. They take everything from us. And Jews are going ballistic. I mean, they're already taken down. And all the Jews are rather plant. They've lost their identity. Nobody cares about them. In fact, people are hating them now. Because they're going to blame them for all this and say, man, you told us that lie. They knew they didn't care, but they're going to blame somebody. They wanted to hear the lie. But now they got somebody to blame. You Jews, man, y'all told us that stuff. That's what Elijah Muhammad says, is they're going to go against the child. How can you tell us these were true seed of Abraham? They wouldn't care if they told them. They wouldn't hear it. These people are going to go nuts with that. Because remember, this is their vision. You got to understand. This is the vision they have in their head, and the vision about to be destroyed. A nation without vision perished. That vision is what's keeping them going. The Christians going, the Jews going, the Sunnis going, and now all of a sudden the whole world is turned upside down. Because now they pushed out the Middle East, and we've been welcomed back. And the Jews becoming non-people. Suddenly non-people. And they're going to be hated more than they was hated when in Germany they was putting them up in smokestacks. They hate even more than that. You know, the Hadith says, right, they'll be high behind trees and a tree will holler out. This is the Jew stand behind me. You know, most hated people on the planet. And America's under judgment. They're tearing themselves apart. And then now the demons, right, their children are wrecking this country because they're pissed off for all kinds of reasons. See? And that's the story of Samson. Samson was a demon, right? And he went through slavery like we did. You see? But he didn't get his eye back. He wasn't original. He gets eyesight. He got his hair back, his strength, but he didn't get his eyesight back. And he got between two pillars. If you understand Angel, he's between two pillars. That's a demon between two pillars, American Britain, pushes down and bringing the house down. He destroys them. That's what they was afraid of. That was their fear. That the demons, black folks would take them down too. So their fear was realized. All this be happening like an instant, all at once. At the point when we're going to see a knife come right towards our heart. Okay? Only thing between us and that knife is our faith that God's going to snatch us out of here. Okay? That was the only thing that was between Isaac and death, wasn't it? The knife was about to pierce his heart. With nobody around, just his father who he trusted. And suddenly out of nowhere, somebody grabbed his hand just as the knife was about to pierce his heart. Just as the knife was about to pierce his heart right there. It's like, let me miss it because I'm being done to myself, right? Bam! It went down. I was there. He didn't see the hand coming. He just saw it. That's it. It was just his faith. Sustained him. If he had a stroke or something. Or I'll say one little segue about stroke. The reason why they legalized marijuana. If you notice, a lot of black folks get strokes lately. They found that black folks get strokes from marijuana. So that's why legalize it. I said a whole bunch of black folks got strokes lately. Oh. So, hey, brothers and sisters, I think I'm going to go briefly into the presentation. I didn't mean to. I was going to talk about something else, but this is we have to talk about this, brothers and sisters, because you're going to see this in a few days. It's going to force black folks together. See, that's what put black folks together during the 60s, right? I mean, there was more together than they are now. But then that little spark. And then black, you know, it was all suffering the same situation. We was all the same boat. Different two people in the same boat. We were all black, so we were suffering because we were black. The solution was too different. Because they wanted to be but daddy. We didn't want to. We wanted separation, they wanted integration. Back 50 years earlier, right? They wanted Eurocentric, they wanted Afrocentric. I mean, they wanted Eurocentric, we wanted Afrocentric. See, 50 years back before that, they wanted to be sharecroppers, we wanted to get the hell out off the plantation. The demons, that's the demons, they want to be close to daddy. And Jesus didn't want them because that's what he said to the man. He says, okay. He said, please don't make me leave the country. No, you must stay away from their daddy, devil daddies. Says, okay, well, let's go over the swine. So he let him go over the swine. The devil that is. And then the man wasn't for straight demons now. Now he has his own mind. Jesus gave him his own mind back. And he wanted to lead. I said, no, I. He said, no, you can't go. You got to go back. See, you got to go to the tribulation. When it says time of unprecedented trouble, brother, it says, you better get familiar with that word, understand it, and strengthen yourself up. Dr. Shabazz gave you a big head start. He made a strong reason because he knew such was coming. He knew all the tribes were going to turn against us. He knew the whole world would be against us. The whole world, we have to fight all the way back. The whole world is against us. Once we get back there, the final war, right, will be between Lucifer, so Obama and his army. Yes, that's the final war. That's the final one. We got a lot of wars before then. It says these 10 kings, they would make war with the Lamb. The Lamb will overcome them because he's Lord, Lord, and King of Kings, right? But also talks about the King of Kings, Lord, Lord, as fraud. So all the nations against him. See, we're going to be at war with the entire. We at war right now. Right now it's a mental war. It's going to be a physical. It's actually physical too because they're abortions and everything else. These drugs and everything else they're doing. We just don't know it. But it's a battle to the death. It says once we back home and secure, that ain't it. That ain't it. But it says once that happens, the world's going to be world's going to be at war around us when that happens. When we get back home, the whole world will be in war. Europeans will be the first to go down. The first to go down. Then it says Asians and Orientals, right? They're going to go to war with Africa, non-Islamic Africa, led by Obama. See, if they work together to bring the Europeans down. Then they go fight with each other because Obama says he's Lucifer. He wants to take it. It's all belong to him. He's going to defeat them. See? He's not going to eradicate him. He's going to defeat him. So in other words, he's going to gain control of them. He's going to defeat them. So they're going to be under his control. And so at that point, that's when he's going to come against us. When we home, safe and secure in Arabia. And it says it's going to take 6. It said the numbers will be humongous. It said it's going to take 6 months to bury all the dead. It's going to be a war like you never saw before. At that point in time, that's when the original man, he's redeemed. We have to have that war. See, because they cast us as punks, fags, whatever. See, we're homosexuals, right? We're weak. We're punks. We're cowards. See, we kiss slave masters, but we're no good with nothing. That's where they cast us. See, and we're God's universe. Nobody made us do what we did. We could stop Yaakov being made. We could stop Yaakov what he was doing. See, we willingly submitted to this situation we're in. It says, angels told us, and said, we agreed to do it. We agreed to this covenant, Abrahamic covenant. Wasn't forced on us. See, we gave Adam rule. Let me keep saying the crown. Who do you think that we are? We saw them coming 16,000 years ago when history was written. So now we have to prove it. And so when that war goes down, that's where the original man is going to regain his image as a God universe and respect of our women. Because you never seen the respect of an original woman. You've never seen it in her eyes yet. When that original woman respects you, brothers, that'll be heaven in itself. Just to look in her eye, when she's showing you look of respect. See, because if you don't respect somebody, you don't love them. So they don't love us yet. They have feelings for us. They don't love us yet. How can they love us? I mean, Master come right in the house and kick both our ass. We have control of nothing. Maybe love is like a child. But when she look in your eye, and you look in her eye, and you see respect looking back at you, brothers, that would be heaven itself. That's paradise within itself. But you ain't never seen that. I've never seen it. See? We haven't earned it yet. So I'm not upset about it. Right? I ain't angry. Because I understand it. But that war be the final one. See? And you got some sisters. They want to get down. You got warrior sisters out there. Remember, them sisters out there, the lion is the most vicious. Now, not vicious, but that's the most dangerous animal in the jungle. The female, the lioness. She don't want to do the hunting, bring the food home. See, but you got some sisters out there. They got something to say. See, we don't ask sisters to do our fighting for us. But you got them sisters, they got something to say. They might want to jump out there. And I tell you, oof, if I had to get a chance to get my ass kicked, I'd rather be by a man than a woman, because a woman kick your ass, boy. Ooh. It ain't just the humiliation part of it. They know how to put an ass whooping on you. When they decide to do it, they know how to do it. See? Brother, he put the ass whooping on you, you say, okay, man, he's through with it. Ooh. You ain't never, if you ain't been whooped, you get a whooping by one of the original sisters, you get whooped by one of them, you've been whooped. And you probably never tell anybody, but you won't survive it. Okay, brothers and sisters, let's go into this presentation. I'm going to do a little stuff about Noah here. Just a little bit, get a little taste of it, and show the mathematics. Well, let me say something else before I go into that. Let's do this mathematic thing. Let me take a small break here, just a small minute break. Okay, brothers and sisters, I'm nurturing my voice here. Let's talk briefly about something about mathematics. Now, everything is mathematics, period. If someone can show you something that's not mathematics, controlled by mathematics, right, bound by math, within the realm of mathematics, then we can shut up. So every religion on this planet, there's no religious planet, right, that's based on mathematics, all based on belief. So that means you don't know if it's right or not. Yet they're trying to convince you to listen to them. Yet everything you see in reality is mathematics, everything. That's what it says in the Quran, where Adam was given and taught their names. They're mathematical names because they didn't know it. They knew their names. You can't tell me Michael and Gabriel didn't know their names. They knew their names. Mathematics. So that's what he's given the power to rule with mathematics. He's ruling with mathematics. He's not ruling with Christianity, Judaism, and he's not moving with any religion, moving with mathematics. He's ruling with mathematics. Period. See? Because that's a true religion. So you have to understand that. Because mathematics is the only thing that allows you to say be and it is. That's the power of God. So you see these clowns are talking stuff. Like he had the sister tomorrow. Well, I got somebody in the family was sick and everything. I'm sick of them. are praying to God, God only Allah will heal, only heal you, only Allah can heal you, all that kind of stuff, right? This is what I'm taking to the doctor. Well, well, if what you just said was true, then what you taking the doctor for? See, because now you're going to the mathematician, the healer. But you just told me nobody can heal her but God, Allah, He only give life, all that kind of stuff. See what I'm saying? That's why they bullshit. Farrakhan didn't go and pray to Allah to help his cancer. He went to the mathematician. See, they talk that because they're stupid. They're ignorant. Either it's talking out of ignorance or they do it by design to confuse you. It's all mathematics, and mathematics, superior mathematics, can destroy them because nothing, not any religion on this planet can produce a damn thing. It hasn't produced. Anyone produce a car? I mean, I'm telling you with the knowledge they got from their religion. Is their religion produce anything other than money out of your pocket? Because they're false. And one belief system for another is just like you trying to decide between what flavor of shit you want. So if you understand that, bro, since you don't understand it, and they use fear. It's like in the Middle East, they use terror to keep you in line. Because you say anything outside of what Prophet Muhammad said, your head's gone. And even though the Quran says no compulsion in religion, you go over there, if you say anything outside of what they say, anything slight, then your head is gone. So you have to use terror to keep you in line. And all religions do that. Christianity, hey, you going to hell for never, never, never. How do you put that on a child? How do you put that on a child? You know, when they put that crap on me, I got past it, but it took me a while to do that. I damn near had nervous breakdown. Because I had to tell myself, man, I can't go along with this. Because my mother, she was deep in the religion. My father, he was backing off for that. He was converting at the time. He was converting at Temple 25 in Newark. He was converting at that time of his death. I knew he had took me there. And I was about 13 years old. I had no idea what was going on. Well, I remember his brother said, right, that was there. Brother had a big gap between his teeth. He said, there'll be a war the War of Armageddon in 1970. I had no idea about Islam. This was Muslim. I thought it was a church. That's what I thought it was. I remember him saying that, and that's it. And my father never took me back there anymore. And then I found out when I came back, when I came out of the military, and when they found Elijah, my so-called relatives, right? Oh man, you getting that stuff? Then they told me he was converted. They told me he was you were doing something your father was doing. Didn't ask me to tell you because he didn't. I knew things were changing, right? Because he was a pork man. I mean, pork, all of it. Like two to the snoot, they call it, whatever, right? All the whole 9, you go into the whole 9 yards, and then all that stuff started fading away. He may even stopped totally before he went, so I didn't know why he was doing all this. But I was deep in the Bible, but that didn't sit well with me. So I finally kicked it. I did a mind, like I said, computers. I said, everything I've been told, whatever, the Bible's the only thing I'm going with, and not what somebody told me what it means, right? Only thing I'm going with, and I'm jumping everything. And if I can't prove it, I'm not going to accept it. I was thinking about 18 years old at the time. And that's why I was having a nervous breakdown. Because I didn't realize 100, almost 90% of what I was believing, it was stuff people told me. I had no idea it was true or not. I said, I'm not going to go my life like that. I said, I got a brain. If I go down, if I go to hell, I'm going down not because I was stupid. You understand? If I go down, I'm going down, but I'm going to use my brain. If there's a God, and he don't appreciate me using my brain he gave me to figure this out, then I guess I'm lost all anyway. That's my thinking. That's where I went with it. So mathematics is the whole thing. And you get, when you learn mathematics, because we're going to speak the mathematical language. It says we're going to speak the pure tongue. That's the mathematical tongue. We're going to speak it again. So a lot of you are not familiar with mathematics and you're afraid of mathematics, whatever. I understand because that's the way they teach it to you. But you have a mathematical mind, and it's going to be taught to you the correct way, right? Because mathematics, you can't teach one way for mathematics. Because like 5 plus 3 is 8, 2 plus 6 also 8, 1 plus 7. You got to teach a person in the way they're thinking, their mathematical minds, then they understand it. If you like finance, you're going to need mathematics. That type of mathematics is what mathematics you're going to use. That mathematics you understand. If you're an engineer, that's the kind of mathematics you understand. You understand vectors and tensors, right? But if you talking about finance, you're talking about statistics and graphs and things like that. That's a whole different type of mathematics. You see? So they teach you one, and that's why it blows you away, because you don't know what the hell they're talking about. So we don't get past that. Anyway, so all mathematics and people, they talk out both sides of their mouth, you understand? They say everything's the will of Allah. Everything's the will of Allah. See? Nothing happened without Allah's permission. They don't know who Allah is. Okay, if you say that, who is this Allah you're talking about? They can't tell you. You can talk to Farrakhan then. Oh, well, Farah, he's the God. He's the man. And then turn right around and tell you, you know, God determines your life. We can't wake up tomorrow. The Farah's doing all this. Brothers and sisters, the bottom line, what I'm trying to tell you is, if you don't, they say, if you don't use it, you lose it. If you don't want to use your brains, you're going to lose it. You got a brain to think. So if you rather sit around eating popcorn and smoking dope and watching NFL, blowing your mind away, then they walk up one day and just blow your brains out. You didn't miss anything, because that's about to happen. You think about it. These people already got a history with you, 400 years of history. You still don't see it. Like the Bible says, can a tiger change his stripes? Like they're going to change? They're not change. It's the same thing with a lion. After lions eat, you can probably walk around. You might even be able to pet them. But you better not be around when they get hungry again. And right now, they kind of, they're eating, so they will calm down. See? Racism didn't exist in Europe before so-called slave trade. I'm not going to say that people was racist, because I don't think they were. But when they got hungry, they'd have an ideology that allowed us to rip off everybody else and slave everybody else, take everything everybody got. Now that's racism, because we're superior and they're weak. They're wicked. They're evil, right? So we got a right to take everything they got. It's an ideology to use to exploit people. I never saw white people's racist. They're evil. But race is a whole different thing. See? That's why it says, woe when the envy envies. That means when everything starts taken away from them, they ain't want that. They're coming, bro, sisters. They're already set up. They're coming to get you. And they come in hot. Okay, let's move into the presentation here. Okay, we talked about this picture. Keep it in mind. That's the way the world see the world now. That's the way people in the world see the world right now. That's the way they see it. See? And you got people like Martin Lawrence and Chris Rock. See? They make sure that image stays in your mind. See? And your kids are sitting there. So you ain't nothing. Everybody's got everything. You ain't got nothing. So we must be animals. Okay, we're going to talk. This is Noah. You can read it. You get the book about Noah. I'm reason I'm talking about Noah a little bit because a couple things, I always try to give a little more information about something. Every time I take a key and open one of the books, remember the angel is the key. And the key, open the books up. There's more information, and I try to reveal more to tell you on a timely basis, right? Okay. So we talked about that. It talks about the. I'm not going into detail, but it talks about how the ark was built, right? So if you understand, base is 3 by 3 by 5, right? And 1, 1. So that's the one that the sun in the middle. It had a little window and a little door. That's 1 and 1. But it was 3 by 3 by. So that means it'd be five of these 3 by 3s. So this is 3 by 3, right? See, and there was 5 of them. See, this one, That's the 5 of them. See, that's what that's all about. But remember, it's coded, so you have to take the 0 off. See, it was 303. See, but you remove the zeros. You see, but that was the way the structure. See, it's bringing it back because once you understand the angel key, everything comes back to the angel key. Okay. So here you go. 3 by 3 by 5. That's 5 of them. There you go, right there. Now notice right here at the end, after the flood was over, right? Now this would normally, let's see if I can find this back here. Let's go back so I can find it back here. No, it's not there. Okay. He said put a rainbow over the earth, over the waters. That's it, because they would be on the top, but now they down there. That's what it's talking about. Okay, so that's the ark. Well, we'll sleep like that. I'm not going into detail. So this is the part I want to get to. The rain fell upon the earth. See, they have a different way of using the math in Noah. And you have to be very patient, when you. The point I'm trying to make here is they use each book has different information. It has a different way of looking at it. So every time you open the book, you got to study to figure out what it means. Don't use the same method every time. And it's your challenge to take the key and go and find a book and see if you can figure it out yourself. That's what get your mind powerful. So in this one, it talks about. I'm not going into detail here. I was going to do it. There's something I'm working on for you. I've been in here before. I went through the whole thing in Noah, from start to finish. But if you do the mathematics of it, and you go in and start talking about lineage and Enoch, you find Enoch is Elijah. Lineage is Wallace, who dies early, and Methuselah is the one that comes after them. He's the one that lives all the way up to the time that the flood comes. That's Farrakhan. It says he comes to his end the same time the flood happens. The flood's about to happen. So that's what it says. Yeah, I'm not going into details about it. Okay. So let's see. Oh, back up. Okay. See right here? Now it says rain, right? It said it rained on the earth. The earth represents European countries, right? Rain on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. What does that mean? See the 12th verse down there? The rain fell upon the earth for 40 days, 40 nights. So we know that the rain, we talk about the rain. One of the reasons I'm talking about this now because someone asked me a question about the rain. So I'm kind of like coming at it different ways is the end to get them more appreciative of it because you asked me a question. And to me, that tells your interest. So I try to give as much information about it as possible because maybe that's open the door for you to learn other things. So that's the rain. The rain came, right? So it said it'll be on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. So what does it mean? Okay, well, 40, okay, this is, each one of these is 10, right? This level is 10, that's 10, right? 20, 30, and 40, that's what it's talking about. Because days and nights, these are also considered days and nights, these things here on the side. Sometimes the day on this side, now on that side. Okay? That's what it means. So in other words, it's telling you that the rain fell, and that's when the flood will come after the war. See, when they're there, that means they kicked them out of the Middle East. Kicked them out. See? And then the flood will come. That's what it's telling you. So they don't just throw 40 days out there for nothing. That's what I'm talking about, 40 days and 40 nights. Because it's days on this side, nights on the other side. It took me a while to catch up on that one. See? Okay. And then the flood. Now, there's another way. Now here, it says 40 days, 15 cubits, and 150 days. Okay, so what is that talking about? That's the flood. It's describing the flood. See? It says, and the waters prevail exceeding upon the earth, all the high hills. Remember, I told you the red ones also represents the hills of the mountains, right? It says, and it well prevail exceeding upon the earth, and all the high hills were under the that were under the heaven were covered. See, this is the heavens up here. The ones under the heavens was covered. These, you see, they was covered. Not these. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail. 15, where did we get 15 cubits? What's that all about? 15 cubics, right? Okay, how many is there here? 3 times 5 is 15. That's this. This is the flood right here. This is the flood waters. I have thunder and thunder lightning, but also called seas and rivers. That's the flood right here, right? And the water prevailed upon the earth 50 days. See, 150 days. So, and that it's 5 here, right? So it's 10 times that. That's what it's talking about. It's also talking about this also. It's talking about in terms of days, not size. So in the near future, I'll go into this much more detail. I'm trying to give you an appreciation for it. Okay? So 15 cubits, right? But 10 times that would be 150 days. Because they give you the days in with 0. Like 40 days again. Okay. I think you get the idea, hopefully. So this is what it would be. So it was telling. Oh, the other thing is I'm not sure. I'm not showing it here. I'm not showing it here. I'm not showing it here. So I didn't want to go into a lot of detail with this. Other thing is that it said there was something holding back the flood. And so that was this, because they were between the earth and the waters. Once they went up, then that's what everything burst loose. I think it says it here. Something. Floods 4 days of earth increasing, but earth, they'll increasing face of earth, will reminder, no, it don't say it there, but I think it says it somewhere here. But everything burst forth. I guess not. Oh, and the floodgates of the sky were open, and the rain fell upon the earth. Oh, and the great sea and saying all the fountains of the great deep burst open. Other fountains of the great deep burst open. What you're talking about is this. They go up here. So now there's nothing. That's when the flood takes place. There's nothing holding the flood back. They was essentially holding the flood back. They were between the flood and the earth. Once they went up there, then the flood came. It's New Jerusalem. Once they go up here, then the flood comes. That means this comes down and drowns the demons, all the European countries. And then it's just these against these. See? This part of tribulation, because this represents tribulation here, but the war is also part of that. That's why they go through tribulation. Soon they go into tribulation, also then they're anybody go into tribulation. But remember, this is the ark. Ark is here. This is not, remember, how many was in the ark? 9. There's 9 right here. They're floating on the ark, on the waters. Here's the waters. Okay? Okay, brothers and sisters, I think we're going to close it here. I hope you understand. I hope it's been informative. Okay, brothers and sisters, I hope it's been informative. We're going to close it here. So I just want to have a general talk, cover a few things, try to get you to understand a climate or feel for what's about to happen, how it's about to happen, so be ready for it. No one else is preparing for this, but they don't even know what's coming. They have no idea, just like they didn't see COVID. They didn't see all this insurrection in the streets and stuff. They didn't see any of this. See? It's election, they don't see it's coming. Trump's going to be reelected. See? But the war is expected to start before that. I can't talk too much about that, brothers and sisters. I talked about that a little bit when I was explaining how that work with the numbers and witnesses. But it says you're not supposed to know the hour and the day, the time. You see, because if you know it, they would know it. And these are not stupid people. They may be wicked people, but nobody said wicked and stupid are the same thing. See, Satan didn't rule for 6,000 years for being stupid. And right now they have control of all the nations. They didn't get that by being stupid. See? So it said if the master knew the hour his house would be broken into, he would not allow it to happen. But you have a general idea. It's close enough. We know by the end of the year, all this stuff will be totally clear. In fact, much sooner than that. So I'm not going to say too much. By the way, when you say too, that means it's bad. Ate too much food, that's bad. If you put two on it, it definitely means it's bad. You know, I love you too much. I mean, it's bad. It's more than you're supposed to. Okay, brothers and sisters. Thank you for listening. You brothers and sisters out there studying, you want to study it. Like I said, study still I give you if you can take and venture out there. Go look at one of those books, take the Angel Key and dive into it, try to figure it out for yourself. One they haven't touched. There's a lot of books that they haven't touched yet. Some I've touched you don't know about. But you go in there, if you can do that, have at it. Strengthen your mind. There's going to be some dark days ahead. Some very dark days. And it's the only light that light the way. And God is the only deliverer. He's the only deliverer. I'm not your deliverer. I'm preparing you for deliverance. It says Michael at that time, Michael will arise. He's going to deliver you. Right? But I'm the one that gives you the key. I'm the one that gives you the tickets. You know, when you go on the train, you got to buy a ticket first. You got somebody, a ticket master, and you got a conductor. They're two different things. The conductor, he's the one to drive the train. But somebody give you a ticket to get on the train. You understand? So you ain't gonna get on this train if you don't get tickets from me. I don't care what you say. You can talk all that bullshit you out there talking, listen to Farrakhan them. If they don't have the Lamb's Book of Life, they can ask where they have it. Ask where they have it. Ask they know where it is. See? Ask them to prove anything they're talking about. That's what it says. So I got the tickets. See? For I got the transportation. That's the way it works. That's what it says. Those who he said who delivered. Those who in the book. Who had the book? Friday had a book. The Lamb had the book. Friday had transportation. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters.